Thank you, Sukanya ji. Thank you so much. Ji. Thank you, Nidhi ji. Thank you. Thank you, Swati ji. Ji. Okay, we'll start. Okay, I'm Anshuta Jadhav, and on behalf of Guru Parampara Yog Sansthan, I welcome you all. Yes?
Ma'am, my network issue is there, so I'm checking the video. It's fluctuating.
Okay, fine. Sure,
So
no problem.
I'm not able to hear you properly.
Okay, okay.
So
Yeah.
please excuse me
Okay.
first.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I welcome you all on behalf of Guru Parampara Yog Sansthan. And also I would like to express my gratitude to Kaushal sir for trusting me and giving me this opportunity to spread the knowledge of such an epic scripture that is Bhagavad Gita. It is not something that is simple. It has very deep meaning, and sharing the knowledge is something that I feel very honored because Kaushal sir has given me this topic, and I thank you all also for showing interest in learning Bhagavad Gita. I know Bhagavad Gita is very close to our heart also, and I wish you all luck for your journey in the next few months for UGC NET exam. Give your best. Just every day is important. Don't think that this is just one day I will skip. It's okay. No, every day is important. Remember that. Okay, just next 5-6 months till the exam, every day is important. So give your best. And we are with you at every juncture throughout this journey and even after that. Okay, lastly, before I start, I would like to ask for forgiveness from everyone, even from Bhagwan, from Lord, if I fall short in explaining the content in Bhagavad Gita. I would like to ask for his forgiveness also. We'll start the session. Okay. Right. Chalo. We will start. Bhagavad Gita is from Unit 2, Paper 2 and Unit 2. Now, what we are going to do is, just hold on. Okay, why I'm not able to scroll? Can anyone help me with this? What am I doing? Does anyone have the knowledge of this? How to present? I'm not able to scroll.
Sorry, ma'am.
So let's look at the background first of Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is all about the epic war that was fought in Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra is a place where this war was fought, and Bhagavad Gita is set during the Mahabharata war, the great battle between the Pandavas and Kauravas. Now we know that when we say Pandav, they are not actually representing just some name, and Kauravas are not some name, but basically they are the qualities that are there in each one of us. So whenever we are reading Bhagavad Gita, or whenever we are uh, and trying to understand Bhagavad Gita or the concepts of Bhagavad Gita, we have to look within ourselves. How many Pandavas are there and how many Kauravas are there? Okay, so from that point of view, you have to understand Bhagavad Gita. The Pandavas, led by Arjun, they are fighting for justice and rightful inheritance. So Pandavas, they represent the good qualities, the good things that are within us, and that is there, and that is there present in the people around us, the things around us, and the universe. The Kauravas, they represent greed and unrighteousness. That is again within all of us to some extent. So every person has Pandav and Kaurav within them. So we need to understand whether we need to water or boost the Pandavas, support the Pandavas, or support the Kauravas. Now, Geeta occurs at a critical moment just before the battle begins. So everybody is ready on the Kurukshetra and they are ready to fight the war. And it is the first day of the war, epic war. Now, Bhagavad Gita, it happens on the first day just before the start of the war. Now, in this Bhagavad Gita, from exam point of view, there are three main definitions or important definitions of yoga that are given in Bhagavad Gita. First one is Samatvam Yog Uchyate. That means yoga is equanimity. When you're studying the definitions of yoga from exam point of view, you need to remember from which adhyay it is and the shlok number. So Samatvam Yog Uchyate, yoga is equanimity. This definition is in the second adhyay and the shlok number is 48. So you have to by heart that. Next definition is again in the second adhyay, yoga karmasu kaushalam. That means yoga is skill in action. That is again in the second adhyay, the shlok number is 50. These are very important definitions from exam point of view. So what is yoga is skill in action? Skill in action means what? That if we work or if our thought process or our aim in life, okay, whatever we think or whatever we do, whatever karma that we are doing, if we do it without any attachment, we can do so at our maximum skill level without feeling nervous, jittery, scared, tense, or excited. That means whatever karma that you're going to do or whatever work you're doing, if you're donating someone or if you're helping someone, if you're cooking for someone, if you're helping your friend, then what in life, whatever you're doing, do it without attachment, without expecting anything in return. That is what this definition is telling you. Yoga is skill in action. That means whatever action you do, whatever act you do, whatever karma you do, you should not be attached to it, and as well as you should not expect anything from it. The next definition is yogo bhavati dukkha. Yoga becomes the destroyer of misery. So what do we attain by practicing yoga? It destroys all our dukkha. Whatever we are doing in life, every second we are striving for happiness. So why look for happiness in people or situations? In Bhagavad Gita, Lord tells us that if you are striving for happiness, if you want to destroy the dukkha, the sorrow, the sadness, the miseries in your life, if you want to end them, then yoga is the only way. That is told in 6.6 adhyay 17th shloka. Then is vidyat dukkha sanyoga viyogam. That is another definition of yoga. Detachment from the miseries caused by attachments is known as yoga. This definition is told in 6th adhyay and the shlok number is 23. Again, another very important definition of yoga. So these are the 4 definitions of yoga that you have to remember along with the adhyay, in which adhyay they come, as well as the shlok number. Now, Vidya Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam, detachment from miseries. That means being free from the sorrow, being free from sadness is what is yog. And Bhagavan here tells us, why do we feel sorrow? Because we are attached. So when we detach ourselves from everything in the world, then that is yog. Then you will be free from sorrow, sadness, and you will be in a very, very good place. That is a blissful place. So remember, let's revise it quickly. You all revise it in your mind. The first definition of yoga, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate, 2.48. Second is in the same adhyay, Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam, 2.50. Third is Yogo Bhavati Dukkha, 6th adhyay, 17th slok. Fourth is Vidya Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam, which is 6.23. Now, without looking, can anyone tell me? I will tell you the shlok, and you have to tell me which adhyay and which shlok. Yogo Bhavati Dukkha. Anyone can unmute and tell me from which adhyay?
6.17.
Very good. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate.
2.48.
248.
Very good.
248.
Very nice. Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam.
2.50.
2.50. Vidya Dukkha Sayoga Viyogam. Yoga Sanjitam.
6.23.
6.23. See, what I want is whenever you're attending the sessions, let's try and absorb as much as we can during the sessions only. So we'll try to by heart the things so that after the session, whenever you get time to revise, it will refine whatever you have learned. So there are 4 definitions: 2.48, 2.50, 6.17, and 6.23. Tomorrow, before I start teaching you the next adhyay, I'm going to ask you the definitions and the shlok number. So recite and come. So you'll be prepared for the exam from day 1. Then, now, Bhagavad Gita, we all know, it is major role is played by Bhagavan Krishna. Lord Krishna is Arjuna's charioteer, and he revealed. And actually, Bhagavan Krishna is a divine incarnation, or you can say avatar of Lord Vishnu. And whatever doubts Arjun has, Shri Krishna goes on clearing his doubts, and that is why Lord Krishna is very, very important or a entity in Bhagavad Gita. Without Lord Krishna, this entire Bhagavad Gita wouldn't have been possible. He's the one telling us, or he's the one imparting the knowledge, not only to Arjun, but even to us. Arjun is someone that, you should look at ourselves. It is we who are asking, and it is Krishna who is answering all our questions. So Arjun is each and every person on this planet. Arjun is represented by each and every human being, living being on this planet. And whatever questions we have in our life, why this, why that, Bhagavan Shri Krishna answers all the questions that we have as Arjun in our mind. Remember this. When we'll complete 18 adhyayas, we will get the answer to everything, almost everything. So, Mahabharat, we know it has 18 parva. From exam point of view, you have to remember this. How many parvas are there in Mahabharat? 18. Then Bhishma Parva is the 6th parva or 6th chapter out of these 18 parvas. So in Mahabharat, there are 18 parvas. First point to remember. Second is Bhishma Parva is the 6th chapter or parva out of these 18 chapters.
Ma'am,
Then
parva means chapter.
parva means chapter. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so in exam, if they ask chapter or parva, still it is same. Then Bhagavad Gita is from 23rd to 40th chapter of Bhishma Parva. So there are 18 parvas. 6th parva is Bhishma Parva, and in this Bhishma Parva is Bhagavad Gita. So in Bhishma Parva, Where is Bhagavad Gita? It is from 23rd to 40th chapter. So remember, 18 parvas. Bhishma Parva is the 6th Parva or chapter, and Bhagavad Gita is from 23rd to 40th chapter of Krishna Parva. Now here in short, I have mentioned few very important things from exam point of view, which you need to remember. I have put it in a table form for you all to remember it very easily and to study also very easily. So the author of Bhagavad Gita, we all know sage Vyas, or you can say Ved Vyas or Krishna Dvaipayan. So in exam, if the question comes, who is the author of Bhagavad Gita? They can ask any of these three. So please don't get confused. Even if that the option is Dvaipayan or Sage Vyas or Ved Vyas, it is one and the same. Then it was written by Sri Ganesh. What is the meaning of Gita? Gita means to sing. Bhagavad Gita is one of the Prasthan Trey. What is Prasthan Trey? We know Trey means three. So what are they? Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra and Upanishad. So Bhagavad Gita is one of these Prasthan Trey. This is also very, very important for our knowledge. Now in Bhagavad Gita, the discussion is between King Dhritarashtra and Sanjay. So Sanjay is telling King Dhritarashtra, who is blind, whatever is happening on the battlefield, Sanjay is narrating to Dhritarashtra. So entire discussion in Bhagavad Gita is between Dhritarashtra and Sanjay, and within their discussion, you will see the discussion of Shri Krishna and Arjun. So Sanjay is telling King Dhritarashtra that, okay, Arjun has asked this question to Shri Krishna, and now Shri Krishna is answering. So whatever Arjun discussion is taking place between Shri Krishna and Arjun, Sanjay is narrating everything to King Dhritarashtra. We have done this. Total parvas in Mahabharata, 18 parva or chapters. Bhishma Parva total has 122 chapters. Describes the first 10 days of the 18-day battle. In Bhishma Parva, in 122 chapters, what is described? The first 10 days out of the 18-day battle. So the battle was for 18 days, and in Bhishma Parva, only 10 days have been described, or you can say discussed. Now Bhishma Parva is the 6th Parva out of the total 18 Parvas of Mahabharata. We have seen this. In Bhishma Parva, Bhagavad Gita starts from 23rd chapter and ends at 40th chapter. This also we have seen. How many verses or shlokas are there in in Bhagavad Gita? There are 700 shlokas or 700 verses. You have to remember this. How many shlokas are there in Bhagavad Gita? 700. First shlok of Bhagavad Gita, it starts with Dhritarashtra asking question to Sanjay. So, first shlok of Bhagavad Gita is by Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is asking a question to Sanjay. And Bhagavad Gita, it ends the 700 shlok. The last shlok is Sanjay telling Dhritarashtra, okay, whatever he feels. So, the first shlok of Bhagavad Gita is by Dhritarashtra. Last shlok of Bhagavad Gita is by Sanjay. This I have just put it for additional information. Maybe they would ask in exam. Till now they haven't asked, but for our knowledge, I have just put it. Shri Krishna's shlokas. How many shlokas are there of Shri Krishna's? 574. How many shlokas of Arjuna are there? 84. Sanjay, 41. And Dhritarashtra is only 1. So, Dhritarashtra, the first shlok of Bhagavad Gita is of Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra has asked the question, and that is the only shlok of Dhritarashtra. So, Dhritarashtra shlok is only 1. Okay. Now, the 18 chapters that are there in Bhagavad Gita, they are distributed in 3, or they are bifurcated in 3 modes. So, first is Karma Yoga Nishkam Karma. So, from 1st to 6th chapter, Bhagavan has described Karma Yoga. What is Karma Yoga? What is Nishkama Karma? So, everything about Karma you will see in first 6 chapters. Then, from 7th to 12. That means next 6 chapters. So 6, 6 and 6. To remember it in an easy way, first 6 chapters, next 6 chapters, and then the last 6 chapters. Remember it this way. First 6 chapters, Karma Yoga, everything related to karma or Nishkam karma. Then next 6 is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti means when we completely surrender ourselves to the Lord or God or Bhagwan. And the last 6 chapters is Jnana Yoga or Sankhya Yoga, where we really understand or we receive the what is true knowledge or what is Gyan, what is Sat, what is Asat. So last 6 chapters are Jnana Yoga, or you can say Sankhya Yoga. So you remember 6 chapters, 6 chapters, and 6 chapters. First is Karma Yoga, then is Bhakti Yoga, then is Gyan. Karma, Bhakti, Gyan. Karma, Bhakti, Gyan. Remember this. Karma, Bhakti, and Gyan. This is the sequence. Now let's look at the names of the chapter, what all is covered in those chapters, and the number of shlokas in those chapters. Very, very important. They do ask how many number of shlokas are there in a particular chapter, and which is the 4th chapter, which is the 10th chapter. So they can ask like that also. They do ask like that. So you have to remember by heart the names of the chapter in sequence. So let's look at the chapters which are also called as Adhyay. Now, very important thing over here. Every chapter, if you see, it ends with the word Yoga. So that means Bhagavad Gita is a very, very, as you can say, it's an important scripture of yoga. Yoga cannot be completed without studying Bhagavad Gita. And that is proved by this, that every chapter ends with yoga. So if you want to really know what yoga is, you have to study Bhagavad Gita. Without that, the study of yoga is incomplete. Very interesting fact. Now, first chapter or first adhyay is Arjun Vishad Yoga, where the war is about to begin and Arjun is dejected. When he sees all his relatives in front of him, his brothers, his uncles, his cousins, he's very dejected and he doesn't want to fight because he is very sad. That how can I fight a war with my people, with whom I have grown up, with my gurus or teachers who have taught me everything. So he's dejected, he's sad, and he doesn't want to fight the battle. So all this thing, his mindset has been discussed in the first chapter. Number of shlokas, 47. Second adhyay is Sankhya Yoga, in which nature of Atma, Sthit Prajna. Who is Sthita Prajna? Who is called as Sthita Prajna? And 2 important definitions of yoga have been discussed. Now tell me if you remember the shlok number. Which 2 shloka? Tell me the number of shlok in which the definition of yoga has been given in the 2nd chapter. 2 point what? Do you remember?
48. 48. Samplam
48
yoga
and
2.50 Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam.
very good. So whenever you are studying, please keep on revising like this.
Yeah.
So 2 important definitions. Yeah, very good. 2 important definitions of yoga has been mentioned in the 2nd adhyay. Number of shlokas, 72. So this is a very big adhyay, 72. 3rd adhyay is Karma Yoga, in which everything about karma, what is karma, has been mentioned or discussed over here. Shlokas are 43. Next, 4th adhyay is Jnana Karma Sannyas Yoga. In this, Bhagwan has discussed how did yoga reach the common people. Types of karma have been discussed over here. What is yajna and pranayam? Pranayam has been discussed only in 4th adhyay. Remember, in exam, they have asked once that in which adhyay has pranayam been discussed. So you need to remember these small things, that pranayam has been discussed in the 4th adhyay, that is Gyan Karma Sannyas Yoga. And there are 42 shlokas in the 4th adhyay. 5th adhyay, Karma Sannyas Yoga. That means what is sannyas? we have a very like we have some sort of definition of sannyas in our mind. But Bhagwan tells us actually what is sannyas. Sannyas doesn't mean that living your family, renouncing the world, leaving everything, your children, wife, and going in the jungle. That is not sannyas. So, what is actual sannyas? What does it mean? That is what has been discussed in this adhyay. And who is free? That means moksha has been discussed in this chapter. There are 29 shlokas in the fifth adhyay, that is Karma Sannyas Yoga. Sixth adhyay is Atma Sanyam Yoga, in which very important topic, that is Yoga Rood Sadhak. From exam point of view, Yoga Rood, in which adhyay has been discussed. Sixth adhyay, Atma Sanyam Yoga. You have to remember this. Further, the place and asan for the practice is discussed, and Dhyan Yoga has been discussed. Where should a person, how should be the place where you practice yoga? How should be the asan? That has been described over here. And there are 47 shlokas in this adhyay. Seventh adhyay is Gyan Vijnana Yoga, where Prakriti and Vikriti. What is Prakriti? What is Vikriti? Beautiful description of these two have been given. Nature of Brahma. How is Brahma actually? That has been discussed. And 4 types of bhakt from exam point of view. 4 types of bhakt, a very, very important topic. This has been discussed in the 7th adhyay, that is Jnana Vijnana Yoga. So here actually Jnana is, Bhagwan is giving us Jnana. Then there are 30 shlokas in the 7th adhyay. Next is Akshar Brahma Yoga. As is the state of mind during our last breath, so is the progress or path. So in this adhyay, Bhagwan tells us that when the person is about to leave his or her body, whatever state of mind or thoughts are there in our mind at that particular time and during our last breath, whatever we think of, our mindset is, that is how our next birth is going to be. That is how our journey after death is going to be. So it is very important. And then Bhagwan tells us in this adhyay, how should be our mindset, what we should be doing at that time, what we should be thinking, and where should be our focus. Beautifully Bhagwan has told, described in this adhyay. There are 28 shlokas in this adhyay. 9th adhyay, Rajvidya, Rajguhya Yoga. In this, Ishwar Puja and Yoga Kshem. Yoga Kshem, again, very important topic from exam point of view. Yoga Kshem has been discussed in 9th adhyay, Rajvidya, Rajguhya Yoga. And there are 34 shlokas in this adhyay. 10th adhyay is Vibhuti Yoga, where different types of Vibhutis have been discussed. Even in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Vibhuti Path, different types of Vibhutis have been discussed by Patanjali Rishi. Similarly, here also different types of Vibhutis have been discussed. And the shlokas are 42. 11th adhyay, Vishwarupa Darshan Yoga, infinite cosmic form of God has been described over here. And there are 55 shlok in this. 12th adhyay, Bhakti Yoga, the nature of Bhakti. How should be a bhakt? How should be our bhakti towards the Lord? That has been discussed over here. And there are only 20 shlok. 13th adhyay is Kshetra, Kshetradnya Yoga. Difference between Kshetra and Kshetradnya. Gyan, Agyan has been discussed. So what is Kshetra and what is Kshetradnya? So Kshetra is the body and Kshetradnya is the Atma or the soul, that is the Kshetra or body. So what is the difference between them? That has been described over here. And there are 34 shlokas in this adhyay. Next is the 14th adhyay, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. Nature of Sattva, Raja and Tama have been discussed over here. Very important. We know all these 3 gunas. We have this in Ayurveda also. And even in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, this has been described. Gunas, we know how important they are for us. So Sattva, Raja, Tama, the nature, the qualities, and how it affects us. That has been discussed in detail. Shlokas are 27. 15th chapter is Purushottam Yoga, people tree as the sansar or this universe. So Bhagwan has represented or depicted this world or this universe, this sansara, in the form of a people tree. And there are only 20 shlokas in this. 16th adhyaya is Daivasur Sampati Vibhaga Yoga. Very important chapter from exam point of view, where Daivi Sampada and Asuri Sampada have been discussed. Very, very important. 24 shlokas in this adhyaya. Next is 17th, Shraddha Tre Vibhaga Yoga. So 3 types, that is Trividha Ahar, Trividha Tap, Trividha Yagya, and Trividha Dan. So when we say that I'm performing yagya or food or dan or tap, so there are 3 different types. And what are the different types in this? And which type of dan is good? Which type of yagya is good? And which type of yagya or dan or tap or food we should not be exposed to, or we should not go in for? That has been discussed in this adhyaya. Very interesting adhyaya. And the shlokas are 28. The last adhyaya is Moksha Sannyasi Yoga, where the nature of sannyas and renunciation, that is tyag, trividh gyan, trividh karta, has been discussed. So in Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yoga, 3 types of food, that is ahar, tap, yagya, and dan, have been described. And here in Moksha Sannyasi Yoga, what do we require? What is moksha? What takes us towards moksha or freedom, or that has been described over here. So here renunciation, Trividha Gyan and Trividh Karta has been described. This is and there are 78 shlokas in this. Now, when I was studying, what I had done is remembering these shlokas is a tough task. Okay, what you need to do is actually you have to go through it every day. You can do one thing, take 5 adhyaya, remember or recite the name of 5 adhyayas, then whatever comes of the topics that come in these 5 adhyayas and the number of shlokas that come in this. Okay, so today we will just recite the first 5. Let's see if we can remember. Okay, so first, anyone can tell me, first adhyaya, what is the name of the first adhyaya?
Arjuna Vishada Yoga.
Arjuna Vishada Yoga.
Arjun Vishada Yoga, and how many shlokas are there in it?
47.
47. Then second adhyaya is
Sankhya Yoga.
Sankhya Yoga, and how many shlokas are there?
72.
72. So first is Arjun Vishada Yoga, 47. Second is Sankhya Yoga, 72. Third is Karma Yoga.
Karma
And
Yoga.
yes, how many shlokas are there? How
43.
many shlokas? 43. Fourth is Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga, and there are 42 shlokas in it. And fifth is Karma Sannyasi Yoga, and there are 29 shlokas in it. So when I was studying for NET, what we had done, one of my friend had given us a very nice idea. What we did is, there are certain chapters in which the number of shlokas are same. Okay, so make a list of it. Like what we had done is 1 and 6 have 47 shlokas. If you can see, the first adhyaya and the 6th adhyaya, they have 47 shlokas. So you can say 1, 6 is equal to 47. So we know 1 and 6 has 47. Or you can say 1 oblique, whatever is easy for you, has 47. Then 4th and 10th adhyaya has 42 shlokas. So 4th adhyaya and 10th adhyaya has 42 shlokas. Then 8th adhyaya and 17th adhyaya, they have 28 shlokas. So like this, make pairs. You should also know which are the smallest adhyaya in this. So the 12th adhyaya, that is Bhakti Yoga, and Purushottam Yoga, that is 12th and 15th adhyaya, they have Only 20 shlokas, and they are the smallest adhyay. Similarly, you need to know which is the largest adhyay. So 18th adhyay is the largest. So when you are studying for this, what all you need to do is first make a list of the adhyay, the number of shlokas, whichever have common shlokas, club them together and make a list. Also, you need to know from exam point of view, which is the smallest adhyay, which is the largest adhyay. This will make your work a lot easy and simple for you to remember. Tomorrow, I'm going to ask you first names of first 10 adhyay along with the shlokas. You have to learn and come. Randomly, I will ask anyone before the start of the session. And it's okay if you don't remember, you can see and still you can answer. But try to remember. As we are studying, it's better if you revise it, if you recite it, learn it, then and there only. So these are the 18 adhyayas. Now from exam point of view, which are the chapters that we have to study in detail? The second adhyay, third, fourth, sixth, seventh, 12th, 13th, 14th, 17th and 18th. These are the adhyayas that are very important from exam point of view, and these are the adhyayas that we are going to discuss in detail from exam point of view. Then next, we start with the first chapter, that is Arjun Vishad Yog, Yog of despondency of Arjun, where Arjun is dejected.
Madam,
He
Madam,
is
kindly
very
reiterate. And kindly
sorry.
reiterate. Kindly reiterate which chapters are from the exam point of view, which are more important.
Yeah, I'll be sharing this PDF also with you. So second, third, fourth, sixth, seventh, 12th, 13th, 14th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. You will get this PDF today itself so that you can go through it. Don't worry about it. When I'm teaching, then you can just take the notes of it in your own handwriting, but this PDF will be with you. Whatever I teach today, you will get the PDF of it on the same day so that you can go through it. So don't worry about that. So first adhyay, Arjun Vishad Yog, where the Mahapurush have been discussed. So these are the Mahapurush, and the Shankha that are blown by this Mahapurush before the start of the war. The name of the Shankha have been mentioned over here. So you need to remember the name of the Shankha also. Like Bhagwan Shri Krishna, which Shankha did he blow? It was Panchajanya. Arjun blew the Shankha called Devdutt. Bhim blew the Shankha named Poundra. Yudhishthir, Ananta Vijay. Nakul, Sughosha. And Sahadev, Manipushpak. So you have to learn this also from exam point of view. For your NET exam, you have to learn this. The Mahapurush and the Shankha that were blown by these Mahapurush. If you read it for 5-6 times, you will get it. Don't worry. Then we start with the first shlok. As I told you, the first shlok is of Dhritarashtra. So the first shlok is Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samavettayuyotsavaha Mamakah Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvat Sanjaya. So in this first shlok, Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjay that, O Sanjay, after gathering on the holy field of Kurukshetra and desiring to fight, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do? So Dhritarashtra is very curious because he cannot go, or he is not at the battlefield, as well as he cannot see also. So he is asking Sanjay that, Sanjay, tell me what is happening on the battlefield. I'm curious to know. And when he's saying that, look at how he is asking, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do? So though he considers that his sons and Pandu's sons are same, but still he's curious as to what both are doing. What did my sons and the sons of Pandu? So he is bifurcating over here. So his sons and the sons of Pandu. Now, here in this chapter, it is from exam point of view, there is nothing much that you need to remember except the name of these Mahapurush and Shankar. So here, the background, the entire background, the description of the armies, the battle, everything was given. So the two armies, they were gathered on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And both the sides, they were very well prepared for the battle. And because they knew that the battle is inevitable, they have to fight. And still, in this verse, Dhritarashtra, he asked Sanjay what his sons and his brother Pandu's sons are doing on the battlefield. He is scared and is anxious also. So, if it was apparent that these two are going to fight, then why did he ask this question? So, what here Bhagavan tells us that that this king Dhritarashtra is blind. He's blinded by the fondness, or is clouded. His mind is clouded because of the love for his children. And that's how he gets deviated from the path of virtue. So, even though he knew that the rightful heir of Hastinapur were Pandu's son, still, because of love for his sons, he wants his sons to win. But at the same time, somewhere in his mind, he feels very guilty of the injustice that was done towards his nephews, that is Pandavas. And therefore, somewhere in his conscience, he is worried. What will be the outcome of the battle? What if the Pandavas win? What if his sons, they lose this battle? And then Sanjay tells Dhritarashtra in the further verses that on the battlefield, Arjun has asked or requested Sri Krishna to take his chariot at the center, in the middle of the battlefield, because he wants to see from there how does that view, or how does it look, this war that they are going to fight, how does it look, the war zone. So he wanted to view both the sides, Kauravas as well as Pandavas. So he wanted to be in the center. So Sri Krishna, he takes the chariot to the center of the battlefield. And then when he sees that both the sides are his only, so no matter who wins, he feels that he is going to lose. What is the point of me winning if I have to kill my guru, my cousins, my uncles, my relatives? How can I be happy even after I win? So he is not very happy when he looks at both the sides. He feels that this war that is inevitable is pointless because he's not going to gain anything from it. And that is why Arjun is very dejected. So he says, I don't want the kingdom. I don't want anything at all. I don't want any pleasures. I don't want this life also. So this is the extent to which Arjun is dejected. And then later on, from the second chapter onwards, Bhagwan Sri Krishna, he tells us why he should be fighting this war. And he answers each and every question that is asked by Arjun. So whenever Arjun asks the question and Bhagwan is answering, Sri Krishna is answering, that time I want you all to relate it to your own life. You will understand that every question that Arjun is asking, or whatever knowledge we are gaining in every adhyay, in every shlok, you can relate it to your real life. You can even relate it to whatever you're going to go through in the next 6 months, with your studies, in your family, everything. So don't look at it or study only from the exam point of view. Relate it with your life also. It will make your life very easy, simple, and peaceful. Let's stop over here and we'll continue tomorrow. Tomorrow, whatever we have done till now, I would appreciate if you all go through it. I will send the PDF. Go through it, read it 2 or 3 times. Try to remember it. I'm not saying that you will remember everything tomorrow, but try to remember it as much as possible. So if you study the same day, you won't have to slog later on. Okay? Chalo. Sit in a comfortable position, both hands in Nyan Mudra. Slowly close your eyes. We are going to chant 3 Omkar. Inhale, take a deep breath and start chanting Om. Once again, inhale. One last time. Inhale. Rub your palms together. Keep your palms on your eyes. Open and close your eyes within your palms. See the light entering through the gap of your fingers. And when your eyes are completely open, slowly get your hands down from your face. Hari Om. See you all tomorrow.
Hari Om.
Thank you,
Thank
madam.
you.
रिकॉर्डिंग अनुष्का जी वैसे ही बंद होगी। अभी सब लोग ना बिल्कुल वो है, उत्साहित है रिजल्ट की वजह से, इसलिए शायद कम लोग जुड़े हुए हैं आज। वैसे ही रिकॉर्डिंग बंद होगी जैसे लगाया था ना आपने, वैसे। आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही।